Here. Hey, Bernadette. I see you, Bernie. Happy Sunday. Okay, how am I now? John, is that correct? Can I get a thumbs up? Okay, well, hope everybody is staying safe and staying healthy and having a great week. How's the camera angle now, John? Thank you, Susan. Good to see you. Good to see you. Perfect. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, so today we're going to do some good stretching. We've had a tremendous week. It's about 95 degrees here in Memphis, so you will see me drenched in a moment. But I don't mind. It's beautiful. I love this weather. We're going to do something a little bit different today. I would like to, first of all, get a really good stretch in. It is going to be relaxing and comfortable, but we're also going to work on the balance aspect of stretching and good for karate. Alexandra, good to see you too. Hello from Memphis. So let's get started. If everybody's comfortable and ready, it would be best if you did not have your gi top and belt on, as that'll be uncomfortable while we're stretching. I'm going to put the microphone closer. Just make sure that if you cannot hear me, let me know. I don't have my cameraman today. I didn't realize how important he really was. All right. Starting from the top. And reaching up to the sky. Big breath in. Inhale. And exhale. Trying to bring our heart rate back down. Big inhale up. Breathe in positivity. Exhale. Breathe out all your troubles and all of your worries. If you'll just give me 30 minutes of your time without any thoughts of what's going on in the world. Inhale. Just thinking about, exhale, the beauty that is life, how lucky and blessed we all are to be here together today, to be able to do this. I know I feel super blessed to be able to share this with you all. Okay, let's take our toes out slightly and bend. Go as low as you feel comfortable. We're just opening up our hips. Giving our hamstrings and hips a nice little open stretch. You can sway gently side to side. Remember to keep breathing. Breathing is what gets oxygen to our muscles and helps us relax, helps our muscles continue working hard, holding our body up, supporting everything we're doing. And release. Pushing your hips forward. Push, push, push. You should feel this in your hip flexors. And back down again. Sway. And release, standing up, pressing your hips forward. Hip flexors opening up. Oh, that breeze is so nice. And feet together. Lifting up as high as you can. We're going to bend at the hip, bending flat over with a straight back. So you will not go down to your feet. Ready? I'll go at an angle. And bend. It looks a little bit like ballet, but who's more flexible than ballerinas? So it's got to be good for us too, right? You should feel this, all of your energy pushing out the back of your hamstrings and out your cheeks. Pushing, pushing. And back up. Spread your feet just a little bit, not quite to yoi, about halfway. One more time, bending over. Pressing back, all of your energy going back. Press against your hamstrings. Against your bottom, big breath in. And out. And back up. Okay, to stretch today, the first thing I'd like to do is activate our balancing muscles, okay? We want to activate what it takes for us to balance not only in stances, not only in kumite to remain centered, but also in the more beautiful, spectacular katas like gankaku, okay? All of this takes good balance. So to activate, the first thing we're going to do, I'll turn sideways to show you, is just lift your foot straight in front of you, 6 inches. But while you're doing that, you want to make sure that your body's in a straight line. Don't lean back. Don't lean forward. Try to stay right in the middle with all of your weight pressed down through your left foot, or right, whichever foot you're standing on. Pressing all of your weight straight down through the center of your foot. Hold it. It's okay if you need to tap, but try your best to stay showman and weight straight. You should start to feel this in your base leg hip flexor. You should start to feel it in the back in your hamstring. This is activating all of those muscles we need for balance. And down. For the other foot, all it is 6 inches. So stand completely straight and raise that foot. Again, it's okay if you need to tap down, but this is where you can find the weaknesses in your base leg. For instance, you see my ankle? If my ankle is wobbling, that means my ankle is the weak link. If my knee is the one wobbling, then the muscles around my knee and my hamstrings are weak. If I can't keep my hips straight, then I need to work more on my core and my back. So let's just start with this, and you find what your weakness may be. And down. Now, to the flip side of that, for every positive, there's a negative. For every push, there's a pull. For every front balance, there's a back balance. So, we're going to change, and this time lift our foot directly to the back. We want to keep, once again, that straight line. Our hips under, our chest up, tummy tucked, and just raising that foot. The leg does not have to be straight. We're working on balance, okay? Squeeze. You should feel this in the side of your base leg right here in this muscle. And we're just holding. You want to hold these for about 30 seconds each. If you do these every day, the amount of balance that you will have will be amazing. You'll love it. You'll thank me for it, I promise. Okay, other side. Now we have clouds. That's nice too. All right, ready? And lift. Remember, staying completely straight and just lifting straight behind you. Everything stays straight. It's just the leg lifting, chin up, shoulders back, just holding. Don't forget to breathe. And down. If we do these every day, I'm just going to double check your comments, make sure you can all hear me. Yes, you can. Okay, good. Okay, so from here, we're now going to do balance stretching. Okay, very simple. Again, if you need to hold on to something, if you would like to hold on to something, or be near something in case you need to grab it, no worries at all. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is my Getti Stretch, just lifting our legs straight up. Remember to keep our foot flexed, just as we do in my Getti. But we're going to lift our knee up a little bit higher than middle. Okay, and you can use your arms as a counterbalance. Make sure that your base leg hip is pushed in. Your hip flexor is pushed in. Your butt's not out. Your shoulders aren't leaning. Everything is in a straight line. Foot is up. and hold. Make sure you're getting that stretch as well. Important part is stretch. And other side. Find your center. Find your balance. Try not to shift to the side. Try to just lift straight up. And grab and pull. A lot of karate and what we do is concentration work. You have to both concentrate and be mind like water. Again, push, pull. Woo! Touch, touch. So for this, we're having to both concentrate on not concentrating and down. If you find a spot, we're going to do the other side one more time. If you find a spot and focus on that spot and find your balance, don't lose your focus off of that spot unless your leg just gets too tired to stand on. You can hold your balance all day long. But keep your focus and keep your posture. And down. One other side, last time. Find your balance, find your center, and up. Pulling that knee in, focusing on your spot, making sure your hips are tucked in, your back is straight, your shoulders are back. I have a tendency, I'm told, to turn my head in kata or basics or anything. I keep my head tilted. So that's something I try to work on. I'm looking in the mirror now trying to make sure I'm straight. But I think it's because I'm always, oh, really? When I talk to people. So I have to break that habit. Okay. Same exercise for mawashigiri. We're going to actually pull this one up from the back first. So I'll do it from the side. So we'll start in that same position where we lift our leg from the back. Lift, 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 hold here. So your knee should be completely parallel with your hips. Your base leg, butt should be tucked in, not out. I hope you can see the line. And I hope I'm doing it correctly too. So from the back, lifting up to here. Make sure your foot is flexed. Make sure your leg is straight. And hold, hold, hold. Hold. While we're holding, we are stretching, so make sure that you're giving that leg a good pull and stretch. And down. Other side. I'm melting out here. And lifting up from the back, just like we do to get more power from mawashigiri, lifting up to the side. Hold. If your knee is bent a little bit, that's okay. Try to keep it as straight as possible. Try to keep your bottom tucked in. And then at the same time, make sure you're pulling that leg to get a good stretch. If you're focusing on your target, that's your spot. Focus on that, and you should be able to keep your balance. Okay, so now we're going to do actually let's do that one more time each side, just so we can get the hang of it. So, other side, leg up behind you, lifting up, knee comes up to the side, and hold. Make sure we're stretching. Breathe. Breathe. Hold. Find your balance. Keep your bottom in. And release. The more we work on these simple basics, controlled, the more we take control of our techniques and of our basics, the more in control our kata and kumite is altogether. And that's the idea. It's interesting when you're watching beginners, you see beginners the karate takes over them. When you see the advanced level people that have been studying karate and really practicing and have taken over their form, they are dominating the karate. I hope that makes sense. It makes sense in my head. All right, and lifting up to the side. Hold it. Make sure that foot is flexed. Make sure that it's cocked back to your bottom. Oh. That way it's ready, that spring in action for when it's time to kick. So you really want to practice that correct technique. Pushing everything forward and down. Okay, now for kekomi. We're going to start at Maigeri, and we're going to turn that foot out and hold here. It's a very awkward position. It is okay if you're leaning slightly, because we know that when we kick, we're going to lean into the kick anyway to force our energy in that direction. But we can't hold this position without kicking. It's impossible. So it's okay for right now if we're leaning. So again, lift up for Maigeri, turn for kekomi, and hold here. This is opening this hip up, stretching underneath, and you can also feel the engagement of your base leg hip as it's beginning, focus, as it's beginning that pushing motion to push for the force to go out the side of your body. So hold. When it gets hard, that's when you have to hold it longer. Hold, 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 squeeze, and down. Other side, picking up, Maigeri. And turn. It's not 100% correct position, obviously, but this is for stretching. Opening up that hip that's up, stretching underneath, and engaging the side butt muscle. Getting ready to push. Make sure your foot is correct. Squeeze. Squeeze. And down. Woo! That's a good one. Okay, one more time. Up. Twisting out. When you do that twisting motion, that is all in this base hip. You cannot open this hip without engaging this hip. It's not humanly possible. Your hips can't split. So know that when you're trying to open one side, you have to push with the other. I hope that's coming through correctly. I hope you can see that. Push. So hold. And down. We have a million wind chimes out here. You can't hear them, so you know that there's no breeze. All right, last time, last leg, up and twist. Hold it, focus. Find your spot. Command power over the technique. Command power over your body. Use your toes, use your ankles, use your knees, use your hips. Use everything you have to remind your body that you're the one in control. It doesn't control you. Hold it. And down. Woo! Okay. That's more of a workout than a stretch, I know, but it is stretching. Cross one leg over in front and leaning over, touching the ground. Big breath in. Exhale. One more, big breath in. Exhale. Changing sides. And down. Big breath in. Relax your body, relax. Don't let your knees be tense. Don't let your hips be tense. Try to let everything sink. We shouldn't be depending, keep breathing. You shouldn't be depending on your joints to hold you up. We need to be depending on our muscles to hold our joints up. One more breath. And out. You know, you can tell the difference too when you're watching somebody do their stance. You can tell the position of their stance and how they step, if they're using their bones to hold them up or if they're using their muscles. It is a difference, you can tell. So always keep in mind too, when you're stretching, that you're stretching muscles and not just standing on your skeleton and bending. It's very important. Okay, now for the ultimate balance and stretch, we're going to combine the Getti into Kekomi into Mawashigiri. Try your best to stay in one spot without having to touch down. If you have to touch down, no big deal. No big deal. You just start over. Okay, ready? Find your balance. Find your center. Get your mind in the right place. Find your focal point. And lifting up. Hold. Turn for Kekomi. Hold. Pull around for Mawasha. Getti. Hold. And down. I know y'all did it. I know nobody had to touch down. Ready? And up. Foot placement is right. Other leg. And Kekomi. And Mawashigiri. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Squeeze. And down. Good. One more time for fun. Make sure that you're not just doing this at kick level, because we are stretching. If you want to practice this at kick level, you can, absolutely. But for this, remember we're stretching, so we want everything to be overextended and exaggerated. Ready? Find your balance, find your center, find your focal point, and leg up. Hold it. Breathe. Enjoy. Have fun. Smile. And foot out. Keeping that hip, that base hip engaged, however, whatever the kick needs. This way it needs to be engaged sideways. Now for Mawashigiri. Hold it, hold it. Come on, Rach. All right, hold it. You're going to push that hip in because we know we want to enter Mawasha. Hold it. Down. Okay, other side, last one. Find your center. Find your balance. Focal point. Big breath. Lift up. There's the breeze. Now you hear the wind chimes. Thank you. Turn it out. Engage the hip. You can see that my ankle is definitely the weak spot, the weakest of the weak spots. Around to Mawasha. Pressing the hip in. Lifting that leg up. Staying focused. Smiling. Positive energy. If you're smiling, you're not squeezing in and keeping everything tight, which is good. We want to do relaxed motions. Okay. Lifting up, bending over. Big breath in. and out. Squat. And down to butterfly. I'm going to keep this handy because there's a wasp buzzing me. Stretching your back straight, chin up, leaning over, stretching those hips back out. And up, press your feet out, about 6 inches. And again, leaning over, this time rounding out your back. And up, legs out. These are just feel-good stretches. These are always good go-tos to stretch the legs back out. It's Sunday. We want to rejuvenate our bodies and get ready for another week's worth of training. Stretching down. Just do what feels comfortable to you. To the other side. You should hold every stretch. Again, this is for stretching only after we work out. You don't want to stretch like this before because you want your muscles warm, not loose when you're training. After you train, you build up all that lactic acid while you're training. You want to break that up by doing static stretches like this. So it's real important, feet in front of you, it's real important to break up that lactic acid so that you maintain your flexibility. If you never stretch, your muscles are getting tighter and tighter from training hard and getting bigger, but they're never being stretched back out. So when we lose our flexibility, it's not because you haven't been practicing it or you lost your flexibility. It's because your muscles have gotten tighter from whatever activities you're doing, and you're not letting that lactic acid back out. So don't be discouraged if you used to be able to put your nose to your knees and you can't anymore. If you practice, you can. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, over to the feet, over to the knees, nose to knees. Big breath in. And out. Now, relax your knees. Jiggle your legs. Relax your knees. Relax your hips and lay over. As far as you can go, whatever you can do is what you can do. But every so often, jiggle your knees to make sure that you're not tensed. Big breath in. Big breath out. And you can do a quick time check. Make sure I'm not keeping y'all too long. Okay, I'm going to go one more minute just to... Okay, so from here, last stretch, we're going to sit in Seiza. I'll go sideways. For our hip flexors. First of all, just lean back on your feet and press your hips slightly to where you feel the pull and stretch in more your IT band. That's the muscle that runs along the side of your leg from your hip down to your knee. We overuse this a lot in karate, and it's very important to stretch this back out. If you have a foam roller or a stick, one of the massage sticks, hit this part. Karatekas need to stretch and lengthen this back out. So for right now, just sit on your feet and lean back. You should feel it probably pull in your knees a little bit. Don't let it hurt you, but know your pain level. Know what's injury and know what's stretch. Rocking back and forth. All right, now we're going to reset. Back at Seiza. Put your hands back and lift your hips. If you can lift your hips easily, then grab for your heels. Pushing your hips as far forward as you can. It's not comfortable. I know it's not, but we have to do some things that aren't comfortable. Like 1,000 side kicks or 1,000 front kicks. And down. Last stretch for that. One leg in front. Stay in seiza on the other leg if you can see me. And we're going to lean over, stretching to that leg. Big breath in. And out. One more big breath in. And out. Other side. I'm going to switch sides just so you can see. Yeah, that's correct. One leg tucked underneath. One leg out in front. Stretching down. You should feel this in the side, and you should really feel it underneath. It's a very, very, very concentrated, good stretch for one individual leg. And down. A lot of times, well, all the time, we're more flexible in one leg than we are in the other. And so when we do both leg stretches, without knowing it, we'll lean more to the side of the leg that is more flexible. And so the bad leg is not getting everything that it should. So this is a very concentrated one leg stretch. One more breath in and out. Okay, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you once again for joining me and letting me be a part of your day. Thank you for Martin and Naja for allowing me to come back and do this once again. I really enjoy it. So anytime, if anybody ever has any questions, or if you're looking for a specific stretch for a, oh, Martin, do I put you on? How do I do this? Right, Martin was requesting to be on.
Oh, Martin, should I? How do I do this?
Hi.
Hi. Did you have any special stuff that Martin was requesting to be on? Oh, Martin, should I?
So, Rachel,
Yes.
whenever you're bored Sundays, you know, you can do this.
Martin, I have been in quarantine since March. I am bored every Sunday.
Okay, as long as you're bored, we love it. We really love it.
Oh,
You know,
I appreciate that.
for my wife, it's easy. For me, it's like an old elephant doing gymnastics.
Well, like I said, the more you practice it, the more it will come back to me. So I really hope that everybody practices it. And if you do have any questions or any injuries or specific areas that you need to work on, feel free to message me anytime. I'm here to help. I'd love to help. And other than that, I guess everybody have a wonderful day.
Yes, please,
And Martin,
for the group, please talk to Rachel. You know, we don't have the chance so often to get educated in stretching, and it's so important. So, Rachel, thank you very much. And if you want, every Sunday. Us.
I'll be here.